Well, Gmail has a nice feature that they've put in about maybe in the last year or so that I've found lots of different ways to use recently. I thought I'd share it with you. It allows you to send an email at a later time after you draft it. So one of the most convenient ways I use that this week is I had to miss a meeting, a Zoom meeting, and Tyler was running it. I thought, well, I want to remind him to record the meeting. But I wasn't going to be able to send an email right before the meeting because I was going to be in the middle of class. So I actually drafted it the day before, and I set it up so that it would be sent to Tyler like 10 minutes before the meeting started, and that way it would be like at the top of his email. It wouldn't get lost. If you send it in the morning, I mean, Tyler probably gets 1,000 emails an hour, so it's just going to be buried by then. And I'm kind of the same way. I just kind of lose track of things. So it really allows you to pinpoint when something arrives. It's particularly good for students. Think about when would this best arrive for their students' email. If it arrives at the same time all those Google Classroom emails arrive, it's just going to get lost in the shuffle. So you can maybe delay it a little bit. So here's a message I'm sending about one of my advisory kids. It's her birthday on Friday, and I know a lot of the teachers aren't aware of birthdays. Heck, we barely know our kids. So I thought, here's a kid. I'll just send an email to some of the teachers and let them know that it's her birthday. So if they have her in class tomorrow, it might be nice to wish her happy birthday, but when should that arrive? If I send it tonight, it's probably going to be lost by tomorrow, so maybe I'll just send it right before classes tomorrow. So I drafted the email, and down here instead of send, you just click on the little down arrow and schedule send, and then you can pick any time at all. That'll give you some options to start with, but usually I just pick a date and time. So tomorrow, Friday, and classes start, advisories at like 10:20, so I'm just going to do 10 o'clock, figuring it'll be near the top of the email then, and I'll have to put AM, and then just schedule send. And then it's there ready to go, and you can always go back and change it. Those scheduled emails do show up over here, kind of under the inbox, and it says scheduled. So I have a few here. I sent a reminder to myself about PJ Day for Friday because I'm the kind of person who forgets that stuff, and I'm not real good about reminders in my phone. I'm just not a phone guy. But I do check email every morning, so if I have an email that arrives at 5 o'clock in the morning, it'll be near the top of my email list by the time I check it before I get dressed. And so, it's a little better than tying a string around your finger, which is what my grandma did. And then you'd say, Grandma, what's that string for? And she said, oh, it's to remind me about something, but I can't remember what it is. A little more high-tech than that. So all kinds of ways you can use this. Another way that I use it is to long-term reminders, like things that I do at the beginning of every school year. That's maybe a lot of detail, and I'm afraid I'm going to forget, and I don't want to just create a document. I could put all that information in an email, send it to myself to arrive next August 1st, and then it arrives, and it's like a reminder with all the details of stuff that I have to do to get the school year started. So lots of ways you can use that little trick. So maybe you find this helpful.